how to snell knot a regular jig. Start from the tip of the hook, put your line in that way towards the head, so your tag's going away from the jig, away from the hook. Give yourself a little extra, how much, 5-6 inches, a couple inches, whatever you need to tie a snell knot. You wrap it back around the eyelet towards the hook, and you're going to pinch the hook and the line with your finger. It's kind of hard to see, but pinch it together. Take that loose line, the tag end of the line, wrap it on the shank of the hook. I like 5 times. 5 usually hold, 5 holds pretty strong, so you can do as many as you want, but I like at least 5. I don't really count whatever I did there. But now, after you did your loops, you got that tag line, you kind of pinch it in your fingers, in your left finger, for me because I'm right-handed. Pinch it like that, then you're going to switch to hold the loops with your left hand and the tag line. And now that loop that you made from going behind your hand to the wraps on the shank, just put that tag end back through that loop, wet it, pull her tight. And now that jig will always stay horizontal. Instead of needing a knot, instead of having to fix your knot, that jig sets like that all the time. See if you can see it better like that. She always sets horizontal like it's meant to. So the only thing with this one is if you tie it the night before, you want to leave it loose. I don't really like to stick the hook in my cork, but on this one you have to. You have to leave this one loose, because if you pull that tight overnight, you want it loose, just loose line so it doesn't mess with that. So you pull it tight, you see how it just turns the line, and it's going to make the jig, it takes a while, but it's like pulling the line. Let's see if I can pull it hard enough to mess it up. But you can pull it and take the horizontal. I still can't, but over time it'll take the horizontal out, and it's going to set at a more of a vertical or a 45. It'll end up like that if you keep it tight overnight on your rod or a few days before fishing it. That's why you want to have it loose in your cork or wherever you stick it, so that it stays like that. That gets you better action for this jig. It's meant to have, if you have plastics on there, it keeps it kicking right so it swims. Or if you have bait on there, it makes the bait move. If you're straight up and down, it only goes like this and doesn't wiggle it. It's just a different action. I prefer this style of jig, but it's always time for the horizontal or the 45-degree jigs, maybe on a little bit less active fish, but 99% of the time I fish a horizontal jig. I like tungsten just because it sinks a touch faster, but a little smaller profile with the added weight.